Hey there, Wastelanders, it's Brother Mike, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to be going over some theories and what we think is going to happen overall in Season 2 of the Fallout show. There are so many moving parts this season, and there are so many different possibilities, and I can't wait to go over and theorize what could happen next. But before we start today's video, I want to thank you guys for 400 subscribers. As of right now, we have 401 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We've been, oh my gosh, we've been gaining too fast of a rate. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting these videos, and I hope you enjoyed today's. So what I really want to talk about today is, where is this season going? Now, we're only halfway through, but I think the picture is starting to become clear. Obviously, cold fusion is still a very big part of the Fallout show, as it should be. It is unlimited power, and the Brotherhood of Steel does not have it anymore, and Thaddeus and Maximus are on the run with it. Now, they could go to Freeside, they could potentially go to the NCR. There's so many possibilities, but we also have to look at what they're bringing up with Mr. House. Mr. House wanted cold fusion before the war. He didn't want to have to use the reactor that he had. He wanted to be fully independent, or at least that's how I've been feeling it. I mean, if the man who wants to make his oasis in the wasteland, he doesn't want to have to be fully dependent off of the Hoover Dam when everything could be in his building right underneath him. But where are they going? Is Mr. House going to get cold fusion back, potentially? Is he going to lose cold fusion? Is Mr. House still alive? Is he just a backup of himself? What happened? Who knows? This next episode is really going to show us a lot, especially because I think we're going to be going to Freeside, which I'm very excited to see. Freeside seems to be one of the only places in Vegas that has grown and, if anything, has just done far better than the rest of New Vegas, because the Mojave and Vegas as a whole is looking rough. And I think they want us to believe that. With the emotions everyone's been feeling, it's people are either on one side or the other. They either hate it or they're saying we gotta wait to see what's happening. War never changes. Well, here's a little, I'm gonna shoehorn this in there. War never changes doesn't mean everything gets destroyed after the game ends. That's not what that means at all. And people keep using that as a point of why everything in Vegas is destroyed. But that's not what war never changes means. War never changes means people are going to always have differing ideals about how to save or reclaim the world, and that will always cause them to fight, not always destroy themselves, because if war never changed and it was by that, oh, everything gets destroyed, then how are the Brotherhood of Steel around for so long? Well, mostly because they adapt and change to their surroundings, and them being in chapters is probably the only reason they've been alive for as long, is because they adapt to their areas and don't stick by one form of following the codex. Hence how the Commonwealth acts compared to Quintus's or the San Fernando or the Yosemite or the Grand Canyon. They all act differently, they all look differently, but they've survived all this time, and that's why. Surviving means evolving, especially in the wasteland. And so, yes, war never changes, but that doesn't mean, oh, everything just eventually gets destroyed and everything our characters do in these games mean nothing. But done with the side tangent. A lot of people were commenting that on the negative Instagram post that I put up, which I fully regret making now. But the show, we could potentially see more with what the Death Claws had an impact on in the Battle of Anchorage. China presumably nukes us or is pushing the threat of nuclear war because of our FEV testing. And I also think if we were making these absolute killing machines, I wouldn't even call it, it's a predator. it's beyond what an animal is. It's a death machine, perfectly crafted by pre-war government. Now that's been confirmed, but I feel like it's been a pretty common sentiment within the community that death claws were around far before the bombs dropped, and seeing them in Anchorage gives even more credit to China and why they wanted us to stop with all this human experimentation. And also, I bet they'll throw in stuff with the death claws and whatever else we were changing to absolutely destroy them on the field. But I also think it's really cool that Cooper says we're not the ones that pushed him out. It's these big old death claws that did, and maybe that could have some ramifications to why China persists on fighting America and then eventually possibly nuking them. But who knows? We don't know who hasn't dropped the bomb. But I'm getting way too off track. The Fallout show, and where is it going? Well, Bethesda has been putting out some pretty eerie Robco promotional material about how all of Robco's technology all syncs up to satellites and is constantly updated, and they're monitoring that data, which is something I always suspected because the type of man Robert House is, do you really think he wouldn't be spying on everyone and everything connected to not only his robots but the Pip-Boys? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the reason he found the ghoul was because Lucy's Pip-Boy got within range and she potentially heard him talking, or he potentially heard him talking or something, or one of the stray robots saw him. They're really adding on to that side of Robco's lore, which I always presumed that the pre-war companies, if they had any technology somewhere, that they were using it to listen and record and collect data on Americans and whoever else had that technology. So I'm very excited to see where that goes. Like big time, because I mean they put a lot of energy into those animations, and then they stop, and there's some cuts in between where you see a fully digitalized Mr. House face. So is my Yes Man backup theory of Mr. House taking over Yes Man after he wins a possibility? Is that possibly what they're hinting towards? Who knows? I mean, if they did that, it wouldn't. It could make sense as the wild card happens, and after Yes Man powers himself off, and Mr. House is potentially taking over, and there's a rest period. Maybe that's when the strip fell into disarray. No one was watching over the strip, just Securitrons in protect mode, and it got attacked and the strip went on lockdown. Potentially could be what happened. But I can't wait to see what that is. I've been trying to screen grab the stuff for that, but I can't because it's on Prime. So if anyone actually knows how I could potentially screen grab clips and stuff from the show, let me know down below. Unless it's illegal, I don't know. I know other YouTubers get it, but I don't know. But I'm also really want to know who Hank was talking to, because it's one of two people. It's either the Enclave or it's House. And if it's House, then I believe House helped Hank nuke Shady Sands. And if it's the Enclave, then I believe the Enclave helped Hank nuke Shady Sands. And I've been bringing this up in yesterday's video, but that leaked photo that Johnny Pemberton had, aka Thaddeus, of his hands in a mold, and the voice actor for John Henry Eden on the wall behind him, could we potentially get a hint at John Henry Eden? So let's set it all in picture. There has been a huge emphasis on the Commonwealth Brotherhood throughout this season. They have been brought up multiple times. Arthur Maxon was name dropped. So what I believe is going to happen is some point throughout this season, the Commonwealth's Pridwin is going to show up in New Vegas to reclaim Cold Fusion. And some events are going to happen. I don't know what it will end in, but I believe Lucy, Maximus in the Ghoul, and potentially even Thaddeus, but I'm not sure about that, will be making their way back to the Commonwealth on the Pridwin. And on their fly back in an end scene, a radio will be going on in the background and crackling over the radio. And who comes over the radio? Good morning, America. It's John Henry Eden. And boom, cuts to black. Season ends. And we're left wondering, is the Enclave back? Is that who the Commonwealth is potentially battling in the Commonwealth when Xander says that they're going up against some stuff in the Commonwealth and that cold fusion is something that they really need? Is something going on? And is potentially they're going to build up this Enclave threat throughout the next season for us to finally go to the capital wasteland where the Enclave have taken back over, where once the American government used to rule? It's possible. It's clear that we're going to probably hit most game locations, which I think is lazy, and we should be visiting new areas or potential areas for the next games, and that could easily set up the vibe and atmosphere, but at the same time, paying respect to each game is nice. Even though all it seems is that they've been doing the opposite of that and have just been showing, hey, remember this? It's destroyed. But who knows? I think that's all a ploy. I don't think Bethesda would okay the destruction of everything, especially with how people felt about the destruction of Sadie Sands, or they're absolutely doubling down. Who knows? The next few weeks is going to really tell how the situation we're in, because who knows? I don't want to get too stressed out about it, especially because at the end of the day, guys, it's just a video game. But you know how passionate people are about a video game, especially this one, which makes no sense why we had to go here. But yeah, those are my predictions. Hopefully in this next episode we see this showdown between Cooper Howard and House pre-war. I'm very excited to see that. From the interviews and stuff, it seems that is a very pivotal part of the show and is going to be a very cool scene with, I just can't wait to see the Master Control Terminal, and the whole set looks beautiful. I just cannot wait for the episode coming out tomorrow. So you guys stay waited. I'll watch it and instantly put out my breakdown video. I try and do my breakdown videos a little bit differently. Everyone goes over bar for bar, but I feel like someone needs to be theorizing and rambling more about it. But I hope today's video wasn't a letdown or stuff. There's some stuff I wanted to talk about, but didn't have the right video to talk about it in. There's a whole lot of things that are moving. I'm really hoping we see Fisto. I'm really hoping Mr. House isn't dead and that he's just playing dead. I think that's the smartest thing to do, is have everyone think you're not alive anymore. Even then, the courier knows Mr. House, but let's think about Mr. House from just a regular Wastelander's perspective. You know nothing about him other than Mr. House runs the strip and the Securitrons are what protect it. And the only thing you see are the Securitrons, and the building that Mr. House is in never opens or closes. No one ever leaves or enters besides his Securitrons, which is what they say. So who knows? Maybe Mr. House is keeping up the illusion. Maybe he's waiting for cold fusion to finally make its way back to him, just like the platinum chip. Who knows? Maybe the House always does win eventually, and that's what we're going to see. I think it'd be a very good plot choice to keep Mr. House alive in New Vegas and have New Vegas start to rebuild itself, so we could potentially go back to these locations in future games, or even have Mr. House push certain events or something like that and have a role in future games as he's still around in the Wasteland, or we see evidence of Mr. House throughout the Wasteland and such. It's a huge possibility and is something I think that they really should take advantage of. I think people would prefer visiting the strip after New Vegas rather than destroying the strip and having it be nothing there and just be a big FU to the community. So, who knows? Um, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will be live again tonight around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So join me there. Had a really cool live stream last night. Only was going to go for 2 hours. I went for like 5.5 or something. Uh, Shout out to all the fellas who were chatting with me. Really enjoyed it. So why don't you check it out if you're bored later tonight, not doing anything. But yeah, can't wait for tomorrow's episode. I will have a video out as soon as I watch it tomorrow. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers. It really means a lot. Thank you for all the nice words and such. And yeah, just remember, you are cared for, you are loved, and you stay safe out there, Wastelanders.